Hello my friends and welcome to episode 23 and what appears to be a narrative mission. There's no slots to deploy. So I guess we won't be deploying anything. Turn 1 of 1. I apologize for not telling you of my plan in advance, man general. Given the general atmosphere lately with all the investigations going on, I thought it would be best for you not to know for your own protection. Truthfully, I was not sure I was even going to reveal my plan at all today. I may have just disposed of the body I prepared as a double. After the years of fighting we've been through, it's unfathomable to me that one of our own could betray Germany. We cannot win by destroying ourselves. That is the goal of our enemies. I need to hear from Rommel himself what his rationale truly was, and what better time to ask him than now. If there's ever a time to clear one's conscience, it's when staring death in the face. This feels weird. This feels like there's a bit missing. Oh yeah, of course there is. There's the starting bit. Well, now we know what happened before it even happened. There we go. As you stand before the distinctive looking home characterized by a very steep angled roof, you reflect on the circumstances that brought you to this place. This plotty place. If there ever was an episode that you might want to skip, it may be this one. I don't know how much you guys really care about the story. We'll see. In the weeks following the attempted assassination of the High German Command, a whirlwind of investigations across all branches of German military were launched. Field Marshal von Manstein, recently removed from command of Army Group South, was considered prime suspect. The exhaustive investigation revealed he took no part in the planning or execution of the June plot. His righteous indignation with the whole affair was made headlines in all of German newspapers. Prussian field marshals do not mutiny. Practically all Eastern Front commands, including your own, were absolved of involvement with the plot. The same could not be said of the multitude of Western Front commands. Questioning investigation of many of these German officers revealed a deep conspiracy, one that reached very high up the chain of command, all the way to Field Marshal Rommel. I sense your hesitation, my general. There's also something I have not told you. This is the body double thing. Explained to you earlier what is about to happen, but you must believe me, it was for your own protection. Before it is revealed, I must ask the Marshal something I need to know. Manfred Rommel, who lets you both inside the Rommel household. Rommel's son leads you to the room where his father is waiting. You find a desert fox pacing anxiously by a table. What is this? Who are you? A letter from... No, sorry. Oh, man. I gotta be honest, I couldn't be less interested in alternate, like, history of real people, I guess. I don't know, man. I'm not that invested in the actual characters, as it were. This is not an RPG. Why are you here? I remember now, we served together in France in 1940. Sorry that our reunion is under these circumstances. What circumstances are those exactly? Field Marshal Erwin Rommel, after investigation by a court of military honor, you've been found guilty of conspiring to assassinate German High Command. As you know by now, many of your fellow conspirators have already been publicly shamed and put to death. General Bergedorf was originally being sent here as a courtesy to you, sir. Courtesy, what could that possibly be? Given your illustrious career and popularity amongst the German people, I was offered to spare you the fate of your co-conspirators. What is this offer so graciously given to me? I have with me some cyanide capsules. If you were to take them, you'll be remembered as a hero who died of his injuries on the field of honor. You are a fool, little Oberst. You offered to spare me from execution by offering suicide. Death is death. How can you, of all people, not know the difference? If you do not accept the cyanide, your family will never see your payment pensions. They will be arrested and charged with harboring treasonous individuals. Your staff officers will also be arrested, followed by swift execution. Your legacy will be one of disgrace, and all of Germany will be harmed by your revealed betrayal. Why? You ask why? You are a traitor! Traitor! Vroom, 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 vroom. A Star Wars reference in my Panzer Corps 2. You are a traitor, sir. You are wrong, Herr Oberst. I am no traitor. How is your support of those who would assassinate High Command not treasonous? I would never betray Germany. I would lay my life down for Germany. If my quiet suicide would spare my family and the German people from the shame of my trial and execution, then I accept it. And I tell you now, High Command is not Germany. The decisions of High Command have cost the lives of too many Germans. We have righted the wrongs of the Treaty of Versailles as early as 1940. Many times we could have made deals for peace. Many times our war has only grown and consumed more lives. Conspirators believe we could have made peace with the Western Allies. Surely they would allow us to hold our Eastern Front if we agreed to relinquish control of the occupied areas of the North, West and South. Why should we have evacuated our occupations? We have defeated the Allied invasion at Normandy the very same month you launched your attempted coup. We had no idea exactly when the Allied invasion would come, only that it was coming. We were hoping to preempt such an event, to make peace before such an invasion was launched. That we were able to repel such an invasion seemed utterly unlikely, and I can just imagine how differently things would be right now if the British and Americans were sweeping across France. Now we have this victory, we could easily broker peace from a position of ultimate strength, but High Command refuses all ideas of peace. He only demands more V weapons be launched at the Western Allies as they lick their wounds on the other side of the English Channel. So you are wrong, little Oberst. You are wrong. I am no traitor to Germany. I fought 2 wars and dozens of battles for Germany, not once against. I'm only a traitor to High Command. I accept my guilt and the consequences of it. Well, where is your poison? I have something to say before that to you and General Edmon. You are aware of the trucks that are guarding the town exits. I know they are non-wehrmacht troops, probably there in case I was foolish enough to try and run. As if I had somewhere to run or that I would abandon my family to save myself. In one of those trucks I have a body! Is it General Bergdorf? Is that why he isn't here? But then why would you still tell me to kill myself? Charles Bordorf and Maisel are both alive, if currently unwell. I just arranged for them to have terrible stomach aches, courtesy of some expired Soviet rations mixed into their breakfasts. What is going on? General Edmon has no knowledge of this. I have acted on my own volition. The body in that truck is Field Marshal Erwin Rommel. I do not understand, and I am not amused. A body double. He looks remarkably like you. Everyone told him that. He was our own Desert Fox on the Eastern Front. Then he died, fighting in the Caucasus. There are those that agree with you, Herr Field Marshal, but we do not agree with your methods. Had your plan succeeded, it would have only brought civil war to Germany. As High Command's fanatics would venerate him as a martyr struck down by the same sort of treasonous elements that sabotaged Germany's home front in 1918. After all the losses we have suffered and the dismissal of some of our best leaders, we are not winning the war in the East. Our victory in the Caucasus has only allowed us to continue the fight, but we are no closer to actually winning. We have tried your methods and you have failed, so now I offer this chance to you. Come help us. Try our methods to win this war. We need your military genius on the Eastern Front. I cannot be dead and leading troops on the Eastern Front at the same time, Herr Oberst. Rommel will be dead, his body delivered to General Budorf as we leave today. Your new identity will allow you to serve with us as long as is needed to finish this fight. After that is over, well, we'll deal with that eventually if we live to see it. And my family, they will think I am dead. Anyone who doesn't need to know the secret cannot know the secret. What choices I have today? Death by shameful trial, death that is a lie, or to continue to live and serve Germany? The answer is obvious. I will continue to serve. Just give me a moment with my family before we go. You are a real son of a bitch. Wow. Okay. Well, that explains the end bit. This is so funny, because, like, you know, it's a very convoluted way to keep him alive, isn't it? Should have just killed him and dealt with the consequences, but hey. I needed to hear from Rommel himself what his rationale truly was, and what better time to ask him than now. He explained why he supported the conspirators and they accepted his death to prevent damage to a public trial would have inflicted. I knew I was right to prepare the body double. Now that you know, it will be both our heads if the wrong people learn what has transpired today. From now on, he is Oberst Lieutenant Frederick Fouche. Perhaps not the most original name I could have come up with for the Desert Fox, but I've always been a fan of hiding things in plain sight. I'll handle the transfer of the body to General Burgdorf once he is done soiling his pants. I assure you that the certification of the body will pass all but the most invasive inspection. And I'm certain that they don't dare do that to what they think is Rommel's body. I will never say I ever relish returning to the Eastern Front, but I think this cloak and dagger business is as close as we will ever come to that sentiment. Historically, Field Marshal Erwin Rommel would accept the offer to commit suicide. He made the decision to protect his family from reprisal and also to spare Germany from the scandal of seeing one of its most popular generals go to trial for treason. He willingly sacrificed his own life for the good of his family and the Germany he cared so much for. But in this alternative history, Erwin Rommel would live on under the assumed identity of Frederick Fouche. He makes this decision not to escape from his death, but instead so he can continue to serve his homeland with his life. Okay, well, I don't know, man. I find that a bit disturbing, but anyway. I find that to be a bit disturbing, but hey. Here we are. This is the plot. And that is it for a 13-minute story mission. Right, I'm going to actually finish up here because I want this particular episode to be skippable without missing any part of the deployment for the next episode. So I'm going to say that is it for now, and join me in the next episode where we shall check out our briefing and do our deployment. I will see you then.